So, if you're thinking of driving for a living or just to make some extra cash, well, making a living using a TNC should be as easy as getting in your car and going online, right? Well, who or what has driven you to do this may have you believing so. The facts are that a lot of people do not last long this. The facts are that a lot of people do not last long. The facts are that a lot of people do not last long doing this for extended periods of time and or even very long at all. I'm not making this video to discourage you. Instead, I want to educate you before getting out there so you'll be able to have success and actually see yourself doing this even a year from now. I'm going to make this quick, but here will be plenty of other videos to follow covering everything in more detail as time goes on. This is just to help you get started. If you haven't already signed up to use a TNC, be sure to use a code. This is free money. Turning down free money would be crazy, right? So I can't stress this enough. Here is a code if you happen to be signing up for Lyft, and as always, it's in the description to click on and make your life easier. And you can also use that for ride credit if you haven't signed up for Lyft as a rider yet. The first thing you should understand is that you are not working for the TNC of your choice. You are using their service to help fuel your own business. I am mentioning this because most people go into this with the employee mentality instead of that of a small business owner. Once you understand this, you'll be able to think of all this in a different perspective. As an employee of someone else, you've always had taxes on the most part handled by your employer. As a small business owner, you will have to take care of that on your own. Don't let this scare you away. There are a few apps out there that will make easy work of this and get you started on the right track. Some of these apps only track miles, other apps track expenses too. There are apps that do both and suggest hotspots to position yourself in to maximize your time and the earnings you make. Whichever app you choose, you'll want to at least start tracking your miles from day one. The importance of tracking your mileage is that, like other expenses you will come to know with your own business, is that they are able to be written off. This will save you when it comes time to file taxes. You'll want to make sure that you have a clean car and the proper materials to keep it clean. This goes a long way in making your customers more likely to give you good ratings, which you will need if you want to continue doing this for any reasonable amount of time. If you were a bad driver, you probably didn't pass the background check, and if you don't like people on top of that, this might not be your gig. I have a food service bag of basic cleaning supplies I used for my first TNC in my trunk that is easily stashed out of the way, so people can put their luggage, groceries, etc. in the trunk. In addition to having a clean car, it goes a long way when everything smells nice too. I use a Febreze air freshener in one of my AC vents and always get compliments on how nice my car smells. So if you have the app and you're ready to hit the road, I suggest using a mono wired earbud, something like that. Or, I just had it here, a Bluetooth device of some sort. I prefer actually the wired one because I can listen to podcasts if I am having to wait around for a little bit. Waiting is part of it. It's just no way around it. So, anyway, don't want to get sidetracked. This allows you to hear the navigation so you can keep your eyes on the road. Your car may have Bluetooth already, but you really don't want the navigation coming through the speakers if you're trying to have a conversation or even in general. Even if your customer is the quiet type, they might find it distracting if they're trying to get some last-minute business done on the way to their destination. You don't have to be an entertainer to get good ratings. I usually ask a couple questions along with greeting the customer. From here, it is easy to get a feel if they just want to be left alone or do not want to have a conversation with you, which I actually kind of prefer sometimes. Anyone who knows me, I'm not the most talkative guy in the world, so this job definitely opened up my dialogue a lot more. So this goes back to getting good ratings. The main question you should always ask is regarding the destination. This may seem like a no-brainer for some, but not everyone knows how to properly use the app or may have put in the wrong destination by accident. You don't want to be on your way to the wrong place and find out mid-ride that, because this will definitely reflect on you, and it just makes the rest of the trip awkward. Most TNCs allow you to rate your customers. Be very cautious about giving anyone less than the maximum, which is usually around 5 stars. Especially in the beginning, they will be able to see right away if their rating went down when they're going to rate you, and will most likely give you less than what you actually deserve to punish you. It may not seem fair, but that is how these systems work at the moment. It's definitely not perfect. Try to avoid driving around aimlessly trying to get your next rider or fare. Let the request come to you. There will be times you may end up in the middle of nowhere after dropping someone off, so in those cases I use the navigation app to find a local business where it is more likely to stay busy and get your next customer. Gas is an operating cost, and you want to keep that as low as possible to maximize your earnings. The general rule I've seen most people follow is that if there isn't a new request after 10 to 15 minutes, it might be time to find a new spot. Times to drive are important and vary depending on your particular market. I happen to be in the LA market. Basically, the times no one wants to be working are safe bets that you can stay busy. This is usually nights and weekends. I wanted to keep this quick, so I hope this video takes some of the mystery out of successfully using a TNC and keep you on the road. Remember, if you haven't signed up yet, use a code for sure. It's free money, why turn that down? And if it happens to be Lyft, I'll put the code over here again. And of course, links are in the description that you can click on and get started right away and get your bonus. And that usually just means you complete a certain amount of rides, which you're going to do anyway, so you might as well get the bonus on top of it. Anyway, well, good luck out there, and we'll see you soon.